Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Immigration, episode 11. And if you don't know me, my name is Anuj, and I do a lot of advocacy to spread the awareness on discrimination faced by high skilled workers based on their country of birth. And if you the thing with the US immigration is that a lot of the natural born citizen, they don't have to go through immigration, so like they don't know how bad it is, or how wrong it is. And the people who goes through immigration, like me and a lot of us in the backlog, uh, the way it has been so far is like, just be grateful that you are here, don't complain. And that's why like a lot of the things are so wrong, but it doesn't get fixed because a lot of us are not talking about it, and we are trying to change it. All of us who are joining, amazing guests, we are doing it in our own ways to change it, that make those conversation normal. So we talk about more and hopefully bring the change and improve the immigration and make the country better eventually, right? So today's episode, we're gonna try to see that, okay, like a lot of the conversation, how we can like encourage those conversation more. And one of the way I was thinking is that let's play would you rather, right? That and If you haven't played that before, I'll explain it a little bit before, but let's just like this amazing, we have like all-star lineup of this amazing guest
Yeah.
here. We have Padma, who was like one of the very first guests on this channel and who I have met when he came to the protest in California. Amazing guy to hang out with. So we have Padma, we have Anil from AM22 Tech, which was like a lot of, you might have, I have also like, whenever throughout my immigration journey, whenever I had issue, I researched something, and that was the blog which will come up with first, like with information. And we have Atal, who is doing amazing things with OpenSphere AI. I think that's the new name. And we have Rahul and Sanjay, who are doing like amazing podcast and bringing the immigration stories to for us to get more educated on those issues. So welcome all, and I'll give you. This is my introduction, but anything you want to say, right? Feel free to say about it, about yourself. Anything you want to add. If you want to tell about your favorite color or favorite animal you like, feel free. Yeah, this is your time. So let's just give a little bit of introduction in your own words.
So I feel like Anuj has brought all the people who can't sleep at night without thinking about it.
It's 6 p.m. Atal for you.
I mean, I'm actually in Chicago, so it's 8.
I adjusted the timing according to the West Coast, that when people will be done with the work. So
Yeah, no,
it's late in East Coast, I know, but it's
Yeah.
not that late.
I'm in Chicago. I'm actually at this conference,
Oh,
ILA
right.
conference, American Immigration Law Association. So
Oh,
Don't,
nice.
don't say that name.
A lot of people love that name here.
So yeah, I think just like meeting a lot of attorneys, talking about immigration. So it's yeah, I mean, I think some people just couldn't sleep that they ended up building their life on it. So I think now I'm
Anyways, yeah.
like building this product out, OpenSphere.ai full time, and then trying to solve this problem, US immigration and global mobility, and trying to see where we can help people. When you build a business, I think especially building a business with values is anyways very hard. And I think immigration by itself is a hard problem. And then I have to make sure I keep understanding that what policy updates are so important then my technology cannot solve, you know. So there is that component that I need to always keep in mind. And I keep writing about like, okay, this needs to be a policy change. This cannot be solved via tech. And but yeah, we're getting there. But it gives me a platform to vocalize about this issue with attorneys and get people who are into advocacy together and raise awareness about our work. So yeah, happy to be here, Anuj. Happy to discuss this with everyone. So thank you for having me.
Great. Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Cool. I think I'll go next. Hey guys, Rahul Menon. Uh, I hope you guys, a lot of you would have already checked out the podcast, but Sanjay and I run this fun podcast called Area 51, where we try to make immigration fun. Also provide a platform for immigrant stories. Background about myself: I grew up in the Middle East. This is actually country number 4, so been an immigrant all my life. And and Sanjay as well. We actually both of us grew up in the Middle East, so it's. And then eventually one day we thought we'd talk about this on a platform because we felt spotlight wasn't there, and hence the podcast was formed. But the cool thing is we got to meet a lot of cool people like Anuj, Padma, Anil, and Atal. So happy to be here. And I'll be honest, this reminds me of Tanmay Bhatt's comedy live stream where he gets all the comedians together and they talk about fun stuff. So I feel like this is the immigration backlog version of that.
Yeah. And I have a complaint here. Why is there no girl in this panel?
Oh yeah, that's the.
My name is a girl's name, so I think we are diverse.
There you go.
This is why I love Padma. His tweets are as funny as he is. It's just brilliant.
Right. No, but that's we need like more girl advocates. Where are those? I know they are in backlog. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? Sanjay.
So I can go next. All the cool people on this live event. Thanks, Anuj, for introducing us. Like Rahul said, we've met a few folks and done a couple of episodes on them. Padma and Anil, we've interacted with each other on Twitter, but it's nice to meet virtually. Yeah. And it's great. That's a very nice platform for I don't know if it's more of group therapy rather than
it is
issues, but I'm very excited to be a part of this. And of course, for any listeners who haven't heard of us, Rahul and I, we do a podcast. It's a little bit of knowledge and comedy. That way, you get to understand the immigration system, because a lot of folks still don't understand how complicated the system is here. I mean, the folks on this panel excluded because everyone's been through the ringer.
Talking about it non-stop.
Yeah, they don't need to know, but like anybody else. But really happy to be here.
No, as you said, this is kind of group therapy because we have been doing this, but on our own circle.
Yes. That's
when
right.
we hang out with our friends, but then it doesn't get the attention it needs. So we need to do it, bring it to the attention. So that's why we are doing it live now.
Yeah, and I mean, other people don't have the energy like we do. We are very resilient about this topic. We keep talking about it. We are just not ready to accept the defeat. Yeah. And that's kind of what you brought here in this group. We are all very resilient. I think our comes from tweeting it.
I mean, Atal and Anuj and all the rest, I know, you guys do your part. But I think for Rahul and I, it is a little bit more self-centered. We just love hearing ourselves talk, and so we figured a podcast.
And the main reason I agreed to come is I thought this would satisfy one criteria of EB1, being in a panel of experts. So it's got selfish reasons also behind coming here.
That's true. That's true.
That's Atal's area. Atal can tell that it.
Just 2 more to go.
You got to build out that argument, bro.
Yeah, he can link us up with the right lawyer, with the right skill set.
Anyways, Padma, you want to go next?
Yeah. I'm Padma Kumar, and I'm also we all had, as we said, we all had bad childhoods, so that's why we are here, trying to. We something went wrong during our coming up here. So, but anyway, I'm here. I just feel like my only vision of tweeting about green card is that we have strength in numbers. If we have 200,000-300,000 people tweeting on one day, I think that will actually. Because I'll tell you, for example, recently in my company, we had just a sidetrack, but just to give a quick story, we had some CTO of some big company come to our company and give us feedback about our products. And we had 30 or 40 product managers in that meeting. and everybody were Indian. I can bet 80% of them are on H1B. And I mean, just look at the numbers. Like everybody is just silently suffering, and all it takes is like one. We have to make it cool to tweet about it. Like I don't think people think
That's
it's
true.
cool. Like just have to
That's true.
make it cool to tweet about it, and everybody will just join the bandwagon. And I thought, I mean, I'm sad, but I wish Anuj 50 Shades thinks what that was that cool thing that will actually break the barrier. Unfortunately, it didn't. But I hope in the future the more people join, and
Now
we
it was
actually
countries,
break the
definitely.
barrier.
Yeah. You know what break the barrier, Padma? The ICC World Cup.
That was okay. Okay, let Anil introduce himself. Have one question on that.
Sure.
Yeah, hi, this is Anil, and I've been writing about USA immigration, specifically on AM22 Tech, for quite some time now. And I got in touch with Anuj recently when I heard about his 50 states journey. I was pretty impressed by it. Even though I didn't see much of the traction in media and within our own Indian circles, but he still had the guts to go ahead and do it all alone. I mean that is something like the heart of Rahul Gandhi, I would say, because
He said heart. He said heart, Anuj. He didn't say mind. He said
We're
heart.
going into a different territory here, Anil.
even though he's from Gujarat, so I would say a mix of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi would be a stretch, I would.
Yeah.
Right.
Rahul Gandhi is acceptable,
It's
right?
funny you say that, Anil. The episode where Anuj came, we called it the Dandi March. The immigrant.
Yeah.
So it's really funny you said that. We thought the same thing.
Exactly. So, but that effort was really commendable. Something to look forward to and something to get motivated with.
Yep.
I've never seen, in my entire life, I've never seen someone with so much compassion about one issue and then
Yeah.
taking the
Yep.
steps all by himself
Yep.
with no help from anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
thanks.
How much did you
That's
spend on that,
something.
Anuj? How much did you spend on that whole journey? I mean, I'm just
I think, yeah, we talked about it,
Significant
right?
effort, right?
That I never kept a tab because, like, if I had kept a tab, then I was like, I should have like stopped at 10th state or something. But I was like, no, this is important, and I wanted to lead by example.
My
Right?
question is, did it accumulate to the amount enough for an EB5 investment? That,
No,
if it did, then
it
you
wasn't
should have better off.
it definitely wasn't that
Then
high.
your priorities in the wrong place.
Yeah.
but jokes aside, I don't know if people have told you, but thanks for doing this.
Oh yeah,
for
thank you
the
so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
the entire
appreciate it.
community.
Yeah, a lot of people,
Seriously.
not a lot of people, but there are like enough people said,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are afraid about speaking up, and they have like a lot of time reached out to, I guess, to all of us, right? That okay, thanks for doing whatever you guys are doing, which that kind of messages we receive on regular basis, and that kept us going. So
Yeah.
thanks. Anyways, before we get started, Padma, you had a question. You wanna
Yeah. So
ask
my
it now?
first question, would you rather question is, would you
Oh,
rather India?
okay. It's would you rather actually question, or
Yes,
it's
no,
would
it's
okay,
related to
then
cricket and would you
then
rather.
hold on to
So,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I thought that it's not would you rather question, but okay. Uh, anyway, so yeah, we're gonna play would you rather now, and I have some questions. If you are watching online, if you have any would you rather questions which you want to ask, please leave it in the comments and we'll try to cover it. And each question is that everyone is going to answer each questions. If any questions which anyone really want to pass, they would be able to, but don't do it, it would be boring, right? Anyways, the would you rather questions is like kind of like you have to pick an option. So sometimes both the options are really bad, but like you have to pick one option. So to give you kind of like extreme version of this example and graphic version, would you rather question is kind of like, would you rather lose one arm or would you rather lose one leg? And the ideal answer would be like, thank you, I would keep both. But it's that's not the point. The point is that it makes you kind of think that what is more important for you. And there is not a right answer here, but it's like kind of makes you evaluate that what is more important for you. That is it your arm is more important or your leg is more important, right? So it's like the rule is that you have to pick an option. You cannot say that, okay, I neither choose or like I choose both, right? And another thing is that uh, uh, you can change your answer. So that's the whole point, right? It's not the point that you have to change your answer, but when uh, you are keeping an open mind, and when you listening to other people's thought that why what is important to them, they will give why they will pick this answer, and based on that, like we'll come back, and if you want to change your answer, you would be able to. Another thing is that none of this is immigration advice. And to give you a last example, like let's say someone says that I would rather lose one arm, they are not showing that chop off one of your arm. They are just saying that if there is like these two bad choices, I will pick this one. But it just the questions are like that which will make you kind of think and evaluate, right? So and
Anuj,
why?
quick question. The person who asked the question also should answer? Or is it
Yeah,
just okay,
yeah,
so
yes. They
so
will
this is
answer.
for
Yeah.
everyone.
Otherwise, like people will bring out questions they don't have to answer, and then they are like
Yeah.
extremely crazy, right? So
Editor,
and
tone down
yeah,
my questions now. Okay.
and like whatever the answer you give, why is important to give why you would pick that, right? Why this is would you rather playing is fun, but why we are doing it, because we want to normalize this kind of conversation. So this is the kind of questions like people who are watching at home, you can ask among your friends as well to normalize this conversation. And if you are like kind of like doing anything like this, that will help to raise the awareness and prepare you, it will prepare you with better arguments with like issue which we are facing, right? So the first question I have, just a warm-up question. It's not related to green card backlog, but just a would you rather question, just an example. The first question is that would you rather be 1 hour late to anything you are going, like any event or anything you are going, would you rather be 1 hour late or 1 hour early?
And you're asking this to a group of Indians. Sorry,
No,
people born
group.
in India.
This is group who is like, yeah, yeah, everyone is Indian here,
I
so
think
yeah,
we.
group. Yeah. Mm, Padma, you want to go first?
I wish I could be 1 hour early, but my
To be
friends would
realistic.
disagree. Yeah, my friends would disagree, and they probably are watching and they hate it. I'm always late, so unfortunately, no matter how hard I try, I'm always late.
But if you could, like, let's say that you have the ability to be on time if you want to,
Yeah,
would you rather be like 1 hour early or 1 hour late?
I would like to be early, and depends on if you're going to a party or if you're going to an interview.
No, no, no.
If
This
I'm going
is
to,
like, this is not like you can.
if I'm going to an interview, I want to be early.
Everywhere, if you pick one option, first
Okay,
option, that early,
I
then
want to
you
be
will be
early.
everywhere you go, you will be like 1 hour early.
Yeah.
Or if you pick the late, regardless of what you do, you will be 1 hour late everywhere.
Okay. I'll pick early, of course. Of course.
Okay.
He had doubts about 1 hour early to office. Yeah, I would also be 1 hour early, except the office.
No, you can't. No, there are no exceptions. So, but why? Why would you like rather pick 1 hour early than 1 hour late?
I don't want to be late for anything. I don't want to be late in life either.
We are already late for green card, sir.
Yeah, it's not my control.
All right. Who's next?
I would rather be late. I mean, I think like Padma, I'm always late to everything that I go to. And I kind of feel like I'm not the only one like that. So I'm able to, if I'm going to meet a group of people, then I'm able to be on time with the group of people now because everyone is late. So going early literally is like me doing my own thing, which is not doing anything, like wasting an hour. So I would rather be just like late.
Okay.
Rahul, you want to go next?
Yeah,
Or-
sure. I think I would like to go 1 hour early because I'm already very late as it is. So could be an aspirational wish of mine to be
Yeah.
earlier, be more punctual.
So I'd like to get an hour late because I'm always early to everything all the time.
Wow,
That's
just
good.
flip my answer, Sanjay.
I mean,
Just flip
everyone's
my
doing
answer.
like very, very, very nice, sweet diplomatic answers for everyone's like, yeah, I thought it'll go the other side. Screw it. I'd like to be late because I'm just too early all the time everywhere. So, except for the green card.
That's not in our hand,
And
right?
also for dinner last month when we were supposed to
Oh,
meet
yeah.
for dinner.
Okay, those are
okay, yeah,
jokes.
so I'll answer as well that I would prefer to be 1 hour early everywhere. The reason is why, because like if I'm 1 hour late, then I would miss out on a lot of the things that. But like, let's say that if I know that I'm gonna be 1 hour early everywhere, then I can plan something always, right? That I'm always gonna have this 1 hour extra, and I can figure out that okay, how to spend that 1 hour. So I wouldn't miss out on those things, but I can plan a lot of the things that okay, this is like I'm gonna go somewhere 1 hour early, and this is what I'm gonna do in that 1 hour extra hour.
Good to know.
I mean, that makes sense why you could cover 50 states in a year. You manage time well. So,
I mean, you should watch. I actually, when I met him, I saw his car and everything. It's very intense. The way that the schedule is planned. He has
okay,
like
okay.
a prop car, and then he knows
Yeah,
where to actually stop for the gym and
Yeah.
everything. So it's very, very pre-planned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need a certain amount of planning to knock this out in 2 years
Yeah.
or 1.5 years, however long he took.
Right, yeah, I guess like even before I took on that challenge, I did like a lot of traveling, just for traveling. So then I had like uh, uh, something that how I'm gonna accomplish it. So yeah, a lot of thought went into it. Anyways, Padma,
So
Yeah.
we are ready
Oh.
for your question.
Yeah.
I have,
So
I
go
have,
ahead.
I have a question about that 50 states. So you did it in one shot without
No,
coming back to the home. Okay.
no. It was done in 1 year. So a lot of the trips was like weekend trip.
Okay. So you used to come back to your home base
Yes.
location.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Padma, you can go.
Yeah. So, like, would you rather have India lose to Pakistan or get a green card today in the World Cup? I mean to say.
Definitely get a green card.
Oh, I love. Okay,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
Anil comes out clean. Like if anybody says otherwise, I would.
Yeah,
would
I know.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm very clear.
100%.
This is
Me-
like no brainer.
I'm even wearing a
Was
green
anyone?
shirt to manifest the green card.
Everyone has something.
I'd even
like
cheer
a-
for the Pakistan team. Like if it helps.
If it
get
is like
green
India and
card,
Pakistan war,
I
it
would
would be like still like thinking about it, but like cricket match.
Even
I
if I
mean,
don't,
I'm
know, my
just
wife
testing
will
your
not go and snatch it.
patriotism to the country you're born in.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But I promise you, Padma, every match after that I will support. I will pay.
You will make it up for every
I
other
will
match.
we will sponsor like cricket training for young kids in India. So we will have like not we will beat Pakistan in the future
Yeah.
in every single
We'll call
match.
it the Backlog Cricket Academy, and then we'll make sure every state also has one.
I hope this
Yeah, like
doesn't
all
become a national news tomorrow that 6 anti-nationals sitting in
hey, if that means we get some spotlight in the backlog issue, I'm all in
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Like you know,
And
Also,
that's
guys,
the all fine.
another EP1 criteria. So
Or we can
What
all
if-
we can all file asylum that hey we can't go back to our
What
country.
if
You will
they
not get this.
renounce or take away
Oh.
our Indian citizenship because of this answer?
Padma has
Oh, see,
all the use cases written down.
that's it. You get asylum. You can apply for asylum then. EAD and
Oh,
green card.
okay.
That's it. No country
We
cap.
just
Then we
need
don't
one
have
news
any
channel
option,
to
right?
run our.
Ah.
Someone send it to Arnab then. That these are the 6 guys. who were planning a co.
Maybe Rahul, we should do some anti-national episodes. I like this idea.
Different audience, you will attract different audience. All right. So the first real would you rather questions related to our green card backlog, which I think this is the only question I gave you kind of as an example, but we're still gonna take this. That let's say that the U.S. government, if they say that okay, the, the rule is not going to change, it's at least actually going to get worse, is that everyone will get green card. All the other high skilled immigrants, they will get green card in 1 year, but Indian, they won't. If you want to stay here forever on H1, you can. So like let's say this happens, that US government says clearly that only Indians won't get green card. Would you rather still stay here on H1B, or would you move out?
I would move out. One of the reasons I picked US, I mean, again, I told you, right? My parents were in the Middle East. I grew up there. One of the reasons why I didn't even consider that is the immigration pathway was not there. And I saw my parents in their 60s after they retired. They moved back to India, start afresh. And I realized that that was not something I wanted to do. Like, you try to put down roots, build a social circle, a community, right? If I know that if this is just a transient phase where any day I could leave, or even forget any day, and when I retire at some point in my life, I have to pack up and leave, I have to start afresh in a different country, that would be a big no for me. So I would leave.
Right. Yeah, it's a good story that you have seen it firsthand, right? That this is like a lot of the people don't think it, that it's like would be easy to maintain your status forever, but it's like when you are in 50s or 60s, then it's like it's a different thing to think about, right? So all right, who's next?
I can go next. So I am not sure. I might stick around for the reason, like it's being is that so I grew up in the Middle East, and it's on top of what Rahul mentioned. Like there's no sense of permanent residency or citizenship, if you've lived in the Middle East for a long time. And for me, although the original intent to move to the US was, there's actually a better system where I can become a citizen, which obviously I had no idea about when I moved here. It's no different than being on a visa and working in Dubai or something like that. And as long as, someday, there will be a point when I'll go back. Someday my parents are getting old, and it's difficult to, take care of them living 8,000 miles away. Then it's like, time to wrap up. But other than that, I think I'm okay with sticking around.
Thanks. Who's next?
I would move out. And in fact, I had moved out pre-COVID, but there were some other circumstances not related to the immigration that I had to come back. But I had actually moved out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where had you gone, Anil? Like India or someone?
Australia.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
We actually sold everything. We moved out, but then we came back, and then we were stuck in COVID here. So there were a lot of other personal things that were going on, but I actually took that step to move out because I was just pissed off with the system, and because it was not even moving. So I thought that it's just waste of time thinking about it. Why do you even bother about it when they don't care?
Yeah.
And we are actually not even voting on those lines anywhere. We don't have that political power to make any change at this point of time, to be frank.
Yep.
So I was very hopeless about it.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And I think on top of what you've said, one thing I have found, at least it's very anecdotal, is a lot of Indian folks who eventually gotten green cards, who were at least a while back, we've typically seen them move to a lot more conservative politics, Republican. Not that I'm saying like the Democrats or anything have done anything great for legal immigration, but I think it's just a combination of Indians have become more wealthier plus conservative over time. So and they just forget about it. And I think Rahul, like Sriram mentioned it on its episode, right? With the fact that once you're out of that system,
no one wants that drama. No one wants
Yeah,
that
people
trauma
don't
to
want
Right,
to
right.
relive their go for advocacy.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Ivy is one of the few places where we've seen folks who are still pretty active today advocating,
Yeah.
for this.
But unless we get those citizens to champion our cause, it will
Yeah,
not
Right.
yeah.
never.
There's
It will
no way.
never
Yep, yep.
reach. It will never.
Yeah,
We can do 1,000 lives like this, and we'll continue doing it. But until
Yeah,
they throw their weight behind us,
right.
traction will
Right.
be less. Yeah.
In fact, I have my in-laws who are citizens here. They also
okay.
don't even know about this issue. They don't even care,
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
and they have no idea why the wait is so long and what's happening with Indians.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. That's the only thing is that because we only talk about the people who are in the same boat as us, and then
Yeah.
other Indian citizen or like other citizens in general, we like hesitant to
Hmm.
talk about it. So
Yeah.
okay, anyways, Padma.
I mean, I think most of them, I mean, the older you get, you just leave as soon as you figure out that you have funds, you have family and kids, you realize that you want to have a stable life. You don't want to like be dependent to your life. I mean, you don't want to feel helpless. That's basically it. Like, it doesn't matter how much you make, even if you make $1 million and if you lose your job and you're done, and that's like a lot of people, like a lot of my friends who like argue with me, say that like you all make good amounts of money, why do you care?
Mhm.
And I think after 70 maybe 100K, I think it doesn't matter how much you make. It's just like,
Mhm.
as my friend says, you would have two cheese pizzas instead of one cheese pizza. That's the difference. Like, it doesn't matter. That's like the prime difference.
Right.
But I remember a person, like long time ago, I met a guy who told me a story that like he was in his 40s. He was like a QA engineer in the Bay Area, and once he was like a QA manager or something in his 40s, and that's when like most of the QA technology was like either moved to India, or like it was completely, they were not hiring new people in the Bay Area for QA basically. But what happens is, like, since he had a green card, he quit and he started a business and whatever, X, Y, and Z. But like, if you're on H1B and you're in your 40s, and like some your skill is moved out, like maybe new technology comes in and your skill is no longer needed at 40, 45, it's very hard to ask somebody, to just uproot your entire life and move to India. Because like I moved to this country 15 years ago, and even today, if I go back to India, go back to Hyderabad, where I lived 20 years of my life, it'll be hard. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to it won't kill me, but it's not easy with my kids, their education, a lot of things that you have to
Yep.
think
Yep.
about to just move. So if the government, like, I want the government to at least tell us that we won't give you green
Yeah.
cards. And I don't care.
Make it clear. Yeah.
It'll give you that closure, right? Because otherwise,
Yep,
you'll be
yep.
the biggest
Don't
what
show
if
me the bait.
question.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're the
don't show
biggest
me the
what
bait.
if question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So what was his answer? Move out or
You
not
will
move
move
out?
Yeah,
out.
I'll move out. Of course, I'll move out. I mean, there's no point.
Hyderabad.
I'll find some other. Yeah, of course. Nah. There's a lot of Hyderabad in me, so I won't move anywhere else. I'll just go back to my own Hyderabad. Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
biryani, man. Why would you
Yes.
lose on?
Yes. Why not? And then, like, if you can't do anything, at least eat biryani and be happy.
Right. Yeah. Atal.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm kind of already moving out.
Yeah. Yeah. Atal is the big like camp. Move the app out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm mentally checked out in a way where now I don't think I'm in this identity about America. I'm more about in the identity of the planet, and now I can move anywhere. And to
Right.
me, I still life is a lot of adventure. A lot of adventure spirit is left in me, so I can I can hop onto another country for a little bit and just like explore that country, and then maybe head back to India, or I don't know. It's just like I'm single too, so I mean I don't know where life is gonna take me. But I think it's just when I experienced that H1B 60 day last time. This is like the second time in a way. It's not layoff. This time I planned it out. Last time when it was a layoff and it caught me without any plan, that was very interesting because I mean in 3 days I kind of realized, oh my god, like literally I felt betrayed in trust towards what I created in the last 5 years at that time. And I was like, wow, I just never differentiated anyone from a perspective of like where they are born or anything. and here I'm getting that treatment, and it just hurt me very deeply. So from my perspective, after 3 days, I was planning to go back home. Like, I had like the whole plan. Somehow I just found another job, just by from the three companies that I applied, and I ended up staying back to continue that job. But since that day, even building this product has been since that day in my mind about like, hey, I want to solve this problem. So I think H1 definitely, I feel it is a temporary visa, and in my opinion, it should just not even be extended beyond 5 years. I mean, a lot of people will be like, no, it should be extension should be there, but I'm like, no, don't extend it. It's just like a temporary visa means temporary. You should not be extending a temporary visa beyond 3 years or 6 years. And that is a way better approach than giving people this hope that, hey, one day you might. I mean, that's where I think we started getting this wrong, where you just allow this continuation and do not give clarity. And I like having a direction in my life, a control. So I feel like this system does not provide me with that empowerment, no control in my life. And I love having control. So now I'm like taking back that control, taking back that empowerment. And I think you probably see that from my tweet, and
Right. Yeah.
just I'm doing it too.
But a great
Right.
job
I mean,
live vlogging that 60-day experience. I don't think anyone's
Yeah.
ever done that.
and where was he sitting? I mean, he was sitting somewhere in bushes, right?
Yeah.
And Golden Gate Bridge.
People were more interested about that location. That, oh, is it something outside?
Is this in San Francisco? I
That's
can
the
feel
Golden
there.
Gate Park, right? There's a Golden Gate Park.
Can you share the location address?
It's by the Golden Gate Bridge. There is a spot. I mean, I think
Yeah, the Golden Gate Park.
Golden
That
Gate
was hilarious, Anand.
We'll see a
The way
statue
they-
there in a few years.
is
The
kind
way
of
they go,
is
the way they go for morning task in India, right? In villages.
That's where you get best thought, right? So probably that was the what do you-
Every day at the same spot. Every day at the same spot.
yeah.
That's even more interesting.
I have been doing that for like over 2-3 years now. I mean, I have a lot of
Little
videos
spot.
posted on Instagram, and even this time during 60 days, I actually went biking over every day. Every day I was in SF actually. I'm just whenever I'm not traveling, I'm just not biking, but I go, I make a video. The problem is I just don't get enough time to post it right now. And the internet is not working that well where I can like write and post. So I'm not able to post. But I have every video recorded for the 60 days, which I'm gonna post someday when I'm like in a different phase.
Yeah, really looking forward.
It should
to
be a
that.
short
Yeah.
series, like you
Uh-huh.
build up the drama as you reach the 60th day, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you keep it, and just don't show the 60th day. Just stop the series and say season 2. Wait for
No,
a year.
like no
Amazing.
snippets from 60 days, like to build up, and then like so, like 1 to 60 days. Anyways, yeah, to answer from my end, I think I will move out, especially for two reasons, right? That one is that freedom is very important. That you can't. Uh, it's good to work in whatever field you are working for rest of your life, but it's not your choice as well, because the new folks are going to come when you are in tech field, and they will have better skills. So there will be like some point where you won't be able to extend your H1 because they hired someone uh, uh, younger and who can like learn things quickly, right? So rather than it's like forced upon you at in your 50s or 60s, it's better to plan your exit and leave if something like that is sure that you're not going to get your permanent residency. But a lot of the things, like when you have you want to do other things, it's not about green card, but it's about your freedom, right? That you are restricted to do about doing anything else other than your primary job. And that's like you can't live like that for the rest of your life, right? So everyone's situation is different, but I think that if it is clear, then yeah, I might move out.
I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
about being able to take breaks when you want to take breaks.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Like
Yep.
if you're burned out, we
That's true.
can't take like 6 months break in the country. So,
Yeah, we can't live in our home peacefully for 6 months without worrying about what we're gonna do. And I mean, I think also I was just like reading about it. This country's laws are very much towards business owners. Like it's very
Right.
much skewed towards being a business
yeah,
owner.
taxes are heavily favored if you own the business versus employees. Yeah. So
And I mean, in that case, being an employee on H1B is actually very bad for us, because then we are not able to either save on taxes, or we are not able to even create value the way we want to create, or just like able to make second income and all these things. So I feel like that part, which is the being an employee, you also are not able to leverage that business laws, which are can favor you at some point. So I think that is another challenge. So yeah, there are a lot of reasons why this thing doesn't work.
But again, just to add on to that, since again we're trying for this to be educational and stuff, I have heard of people who have taken FMLA for mental health breaks, which is almost 12 weeks
Yep.
of unpaid leave for if you want a break. And I think mental health falls under that. The only caveat being you need to be in a company for 12 months before you can take advantage of that. So
Yeah.
if you have like a
that
breakdown
could
of
be
the first
unpaid. You are talking
unpaid.
about unpaid.
It is unpaid. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
so
I'm talking about
in
breaks.
in California, like
Yeah.
you have to be employed for 3 months, and you can get up to 6 weeks of like 80% pay. So it's a lot more favorable in California.
But for
it's-
most of the other states, it's unpaid.
Yeah, most of the states,
But
yeah,
you
it's
have
unpaid.
job
So
security
you can
for
be
12
on
weeks.
H1B and take
Yes,
12 months.
yes.
Yep.
Unpaid leave, and
12
the
weeks.
company is required to put you back onto the same role that you're working, and your job is secure.
You
Again,
maintain
you have
your
to spend.
status.
Most of the states have a 12-month or a 1-year requirement.
No, but this is like federal, like state, whatever the state law is, doesn't matter. Is it like federal allows you to do that?
This is federal.
Like your
This is
Yes.
federal
Yeah.
law. This is
Yes.
federal law.
Yes.
So a lot
But
of states add a lot more,
Yeah.
leeway into that. Like, for example, California is a lot more liberal. I think New York as well, for that matter. States
But
more typically more. Yeah.
I wonder how would it work, because at least when I read the 60-day
No,
rule,
we
says
can
that
have another. So because of the time concern, like
Oh yeah.
we can
So,
do-
sorry, Anuj. I didn't mean to divert.
This
I
is
just
only the
thought-
first question.
Since you mentioned this, Anuj, I thought I'll just put it in there since it's someone
No,
educates
no,
someone also.
yeah. We need to talk about it more and put, all right. The next question, interesting question. So none of us on this, we are like permanent resident, right? So, like, let's say if someone comes to you today, a genie or whatever, they
The
have.
answer is yes. I will take it. I don't want to hear the rest of the question.
yes,
No,
yes,
there
and
are
yes.
two good choices for you to pick. So they are offering, would you rather take 100,000 if someone is giving you, or would you take a green card? So they
Green
have
card.
two options:
Green card.
100,000 or
100,000 is a very small amount. Make it like 10,
no,
50 million.
like, let's start with the 100,000. Okay, like
Nope.
Let's say
No, wait.
700,000,
what?
because 800,000
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
limit for the
Padma, I was
EB2.
gonna say that.
So
Most-
wait, like,
most-
so I know Anil, Padma, and
most-
Rahul's answer already. Sanjay and Atal.
Let me tell you, most Desis will pay 1 million to get a green card
Yeah.
today.
If they have it,
No,
if they have it, yeah.
This is like about you giving. This is not about you giving. You are sitting there. Someone just walks in. They either will give you 100,000 or a green card. What would you take and why?
Anuj, I think the least I would take is 800,000. If I get 800,000, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
put
so
it in
under
EB5,
800,000.
get it in
Why?
4 years, and I have both.
Why
Yes.
800,000? Okay, just
It's
let's
the
just stick to
EB5.
Rahul.
It's the
Rahul,
EB5.
why?
It's the EB5
Why?
criteria. I'll
You need
invest
to increase the
800,000.
bets.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100,000 is not like
Yeah.
challenging
Not it.
enough.
Yeah, to Conbane, they have increased the bet in Conbane Crorepati.
Sanjay, go ahead. Like,
He's just-
yeah, I know the
Yeah.
answer. I did
For 100K, never. It's always a green card, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
there's no doubt about
How
that.
about
Let's say 500,000. I think 500,000 is like,
hold on.
if you
hold
do
on.
your investments.
Question. We'll come to that. Atal.
I just want my freedom.
Man, somebody give this man his freedom.
So this is great that, okay, we all know that it's something which we are looking for. It's at least worth, like, there is no question about it, that it's worth more than 100,000, right?
Yeah.
And Rahul, I was gonna go like step by step, but Rahul said that 800,000.
The minimum.
And if it is, what is, like, if they are saying that 799,000?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You
I'll put
will-
$1,000.
pitch in the cigarette.
Yeah, I'll call Padma and say, "Give me $1,000. I'll
All
get
right.
my green card in 5 years, and I'll loan you the 800,000."
800,000 is a number for you that if someone, what is
Yes.
the number for you, Sanjay, that, like, let's
$20
say
million.
20?
$1 million.
But you can get the green card in $1 million.
I don't
like,
care. I don't care. I don't need a green card then.
At
I don't
that
need
point,
the
yeah,
green
that's a good
Yeah,
point.
that
Like if
point,
you have
yeah.
20
I don't
million,
need
why
the
are you
green
worried
card.
about green card?
I'm going to put that money in the bank, go home to India, and live off the interest and do whatever the hell I want
So
until I die.
basically, if I
I'll take up
understand,
poetry, go to the Himalayas, or teach
no,
poor
but Sanjay,
kids,
Sanjay, I
and then
got
feel
it.
good about myself. And
But
Poetry.
this is your answer, that if someone offers you 10 million versus green card, you will pick green card.
mm,
That's
So,
what we are
I'm
coming
not
up
sure.
with a number,
I'm not
the
sure
minimum
about the 10
number
million. Maybe
which
10
you
million
would,
is the number, not 20 million. Yeah, 10 million. I will again.
for
Yeah,
5
less than
million you
that,
will 5 million
no.
you
I don't care.
will
The green
pick
card is
green
better.
card.
Now,
Okay.
again, there's caveats. I don't want the 5 million when I'm 55
Who's
years old.
giving you?
Yeah.
No, it's about today. Like this
Today,
is
today,
as of
yeah,
today.
yeah.
Sanjay,
You
the
will
millionaire who's
prefer
watching this live stream was just about to give you is like, nope.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
but
Ashkan.
10 million for you. If it is like 9 million, you would still pick green card.
See, that's the thing. We can't go in semantics like that, right? Okay, fine.
Like,
Because
then the
You
next
say
question would be like,
8,999,000.
I think
Yeah,
let's just ask like 2 million. Like let's say 2 million versus green card. You
no.
will pick green card.
Green card for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, not
Padma,
for me.
what's the number?
Anything
I
over
actually
800,000, I'll take the cash.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
I think this question is
Padma.
actually this
Okay,
question
I'll
is
go.
no, I'm just saying, like, I think this question is actually very interesting now when I think about it. So what we
now
are,
you have all the angles.
now that we think about it, we are literally talking about comparing money to a green card, which means
Right.
money brings freedom and a green card
Yeah,
brings
green card is equals to
Right.
freedom, right? So we are paying for freedom, not the green card.
Yeah, so we are saying freedom, cost of freedom for us right
Yes.
now is what we are defining. Freedom
Yes.
comes from either cash or this. And
Or-
in a way, we are also feeling a little bit of helpless that we don't have either of those two.
That's true.
Neither we have 800K
No,
and
no,
neither we
answer. Yeah.
No.
You have to answer that. What will be your number where you would put money over green card? So, like for Rahul, it's like 800,000 or more. He will pick money over green card. What will be the number where you would like pick money over green card? Like 800,000, 500,000, 100,000, million, 2 million.
I would actually
Like,
pay
that's
100,000 for a green.
No, you can't get
See,
100,000.
that's like I'll pay 100K to get a green card if somebody is offering.
Oops, that's not one of the options.
Yeah.
But this, so
You're out of the system.
okay, right? Yeah, right now, to Anil, Padma, and Atal, I guess that changing the question, what would be the lowest amount that you would like pick this amount, the money over green card? So for Rahul, it's very clear, 800,000. Anil, what's for you?
20 and I'm done. Deal.
20,
How much?
20
I
million.
think
20
Anil and I
million.
have this number that we
But
have said.
Anil, you understand that, right? That when you say
Because-
20 million, you are saying that if someone offers you 5 million today versus green card, you will pick green card over 5 million.
No, 20 million. 20 million. I
No,
calculated.
that's not the question. Like, what is your breaking
No, he
point?
says that anything below 20 million, he won't pick green card. He'll
Yeah, anything below 20, I'll pick green card. 20,
Even
I'm
90
done.
million. Like, this is
20 and above. 20 and above is money. 20 and below is green card.
But why not? Like, if like let's say someone is offering you 5 million, you take 5 million and then apply, get EB1 in 1 million and give 4 million. So 20 million is like crazy.
No, see,
but it's good to know.
No, I can explain. I don't know about Anil's thing, but I can explain what my thing is. The 20 million figure for me is freedom from ever having to work on anything at any point in time until I enjoy. That's it. It's complete freedom from life. Like It's
But you
Exactly.
still have to
it's the
work,
My,
right?
I
That's
also
Because
the thing,
think,
see,
right?
you
yeah,
pick green card, Sanjay. You are picking
I
green card over 20 million. So then
yes.
you have the green card, but you will still have to work. But let's say that 5 million someone is offering if you take it, then maybe even if you don't have a green card, you can go anywhere and you won't have to work most
No,
probably in anywhere.
that's my point. That's not enough for me.
I
If you're
know.
yeah,
offering money, might as well take the maximum amount by which I am. Immigration is never a problem. I don't
Okay.
need to bother moving to another country or doing
Okay.
that. That's it. I'm done. I've
All right.
called quits out of this game of life. I play by
20
my
million
own
is the
rules.
cost
Game
of
of
not
life.
having a
yeah,
boss forever.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
yeah.
no,
I also thought exactly the same what Sanjay thought, because I spoke to one guy in India who retired at age 40, and he told me how to calculate my fire retirement number,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I thought that 20 is probably okay.
yeah. So if you invest in an
I'm done.
ETF fund, right, like at a
Yeah,
7% return, and you withdraw 4% on 20 million, that's $600,000 a year. And if
Yep.
you're living in
right.
India, like you're literally living like a king. Like there's nothing. It's game over. You've finished all the levels. Like
Yeah,
that's it. There's no
Yeah,
more big boss
yeah,
battle to be
correct.
done. That's
All
it.
right.
Like
yeah. As
this,
long as they keep the GST at 28%, they should be enough.
yeah. I mean,
What's
I'll have
the
some super smart CPA figure that tax out for me because obviously, just
You
pay.
see those
Padma?
politicians with like cash
What
in
was
their
the number
walls.
for you, Padma?
I'm not that. I think 1 million is enough for me. Like if you give me more than
So
1 million, I'll do some investments and figure out something.
okay, so the
One
one
million is
million,
like
anything
one
more
million
than
is
one
like
million, you would pick money over
a
green
cash. Yeah.
card and
No.
hotel.
Anything more than a million, I'll pick cash. I don't need a green
Right?
card at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
But anything below a million, then it's either or. Like like you could get a green card, as Rahul said that you could get a green card by getting into that. But again, that's a 4 year run up. It's not like you're going to get a green card right away. So, uh, so,
Good.
so
I
Atal,
also won't get
let's
a
go
million
because
right
of the
away.
time. Atal, you want to give your answer or you didn't give the number?
Kind of very. I
I-
mean, this question actually makes me think a lot. Like what I'm fighting.
You're
What I'm
repeating the same thing
fighting
you
for.
said again, bro. We need a number. Like, give us
just
a number.
pick a
He,
number.
he's thinking like Sadhguru, that he's finding something else.
Anyways, I guess the number for Atal, it's like Atal cannot put a number. But
I guess
anyways,
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
But Atal is
crosses
like
the
the most
minds.
American, is the most American in all of us because he said freedom. Like that's like the
Yeah.
most American answer.
Guys,
Is like
Yeah.
I think
I
next
just
time we
said
should
freedom.
start a drinking game. Every time someone says freedom or green card, have a shot.
Oh yeah.
No, no. I think Atul doesn't want to give out too much equity in the first round.
Like
So he,
tequila, tequila
the
pe charcha or
seed
something
round, he
like
doesn't
that.
want to give out much. He wants to go slow.
So
I
I
think
guess the lowest number we got is like someone would pick money over green card is 800,000.
which is
I
very
think I'm
interesting.
gonna.
So, I mean, I
I
think
just realized after talking to these guys, I have no ambitions. I just settled for 800,000.
Mine is
That's
lowest,
not bad.
so I guess I would pick like anything 500,000 or over. I would
Oh,
pick
thank you,
money.
Anuj. I feel better now.
You feel
Because
better now?
once you
Yeah,
have like
half a million is good.
500,000, you can do a lot of things. It's easy
Yeah.
to make 500,000 to a million, and you still have like business, and then you can get the green card. So that's how I was
Okay.
thinking. But at least what the point is that it's at least worth 500,000. Anything less than that, people would take green card. So it's at least worth 500,000.
I think this is
Right.
interesting because you can create a business very easily and get out of your H1 and make more than $1 million. I mean,
You
even
can
on
create a business, but if it makes it very easy when you have cash. Like right now, you can start also, but when you have like 500,000, then it's like very very easy.
I'm saying if
So
Sanjay's number is 20 million, that's a little harder to make from a
yeah,
start perspective.
I know. Yeah, that's why I was like
That's the
very
whole
Sanjay has a
surprised.
high
point.
bar.
Number, but
No,
you
that's
cannot put a price on freedom, right? So it's
wait. Let's go back to this.
He is from
This
the Middle
question.
East, so 20 million is not that much money.
all right. 1 minute,
From
and
what
we're
I
gonna
said,
move
what
on
I
from
If
said.
it
this
is not
question.
that much money, I wouldn't be here in the first place if I could make more money back there. No, the point is right. You can't try to rationalize a hypothetical fantasy question by saying, "Oh, 20 million seems like." No, it's like I said, if you're giving me a choice, the whole idea there is it's like what I'll say. It's complete freedom. Like I don't need to bother with anything at any point in time. Oh, I want a green card. Okay, I just pay off 800. That's like 1 year's interest income that comes from 20 million. Like it doesn't matter. Like nothing matters anymore. That's the
All right.
whole idea,
Yeah.
right?
No, no.
Anuj, I have a
Okay.
question. If you don't mind, if
Would you rather?
yeah, would you rather question? And
Okay.
if this is a little controversial, I apologize. But would you
Not too
rather
late.
the immigration system be the same way it is right now, or would you rather the government prioritize skilled immigration over unskilled immigrants coming into the country?
Oh, actually, can I modify that question a little bit?
Go for it. Go for it.
No, it's a Rahul's
So,
question.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I want to make it a little bit more twisted. I want to make it a little bit more twisted.
Go for it.
If you were given the option, knowing about the system, to come in 2005 and not change, everything remains the same, or change the system.
I feel like that's a separate question in itself.
Yeah, it's different question.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
go with
fine,
Rahul's
fine, okay.
first.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Of course, like we are all advocating at least on this. So yeah, I would rather change the system, and I think the reason why I would change it.
So wait,
is
you would prioritize
because-
skilled over unskilled?
Yeah, because that's why it's like one of the reason I started advocacy. It's like actually this is the only skilled immigration. The US does a lot of immigration, like family based and asylum and whatnot. But there is like the skill immigration, it's very small percentage, and even that is not purely based on skill. So eventually it's not good for America, and when it's not good for America, eventually it's not good for the world. When you like keep taking people based on their country of birth rather than skill. So it's two reasons, right? That it's very unfair to the people who came here based on the skill, but now they are stuck in the backlog based on their country of birth. So it's wrong, but it's not good for the world and America, right? That if people keep coming here based on luck or their country of birth, they're gonna eventually become citizen and keep supporting that kind of policy, and that could like start a downfall, which I guess a lot of people will say that already started. So I think that I would prioritize fixing and prioritizing skill immigration.
Anil?
I have a controversial take on that. I don't see I don't differentiate between skilled and unskilled. I think it's all. I think everybody fundamentally. I feel like everybody is coming here for a better life. Either you are educated or not, or you're educated or coming here for an unskilled job. It doesn't matter. You're just. But so America is. Just my take is that America doesn't realize that they are taking way more people than their immigration system allows. Like it's not like 10% more. They're like 5-6 times more than
So
the
basically,
number of
what
people
you prioritize skilled immigration over unskilled.
No, I won't. The problem is the number, the count, the bar, the line, the line they draw in the sand is the wrong line. They're drawing it very close to them.
The
It
options
shouldn't matter.
presented before you, either
Yeah,
the system
I
continuing as it is or prioritizing skilled over unskilled.
No. I mean, I don't want the system to continue as this is, but the number of
So
people
then
they
the
allow
option,
should
so
change.
right, as the rule are set that you have to pick one option. It's like
No, I'm
you
just
can
saying
like
that, like,
come up
we
with
cannot
a third
pick-
better option, but right
So
now,
the-
I understand where you're coming from, Padma, because I
Right,
feel the
uh-huh.
same way. The reason I'm asking you guys is this is something that I've often tried to internally rationalize with myself.
Yeah.
You know,
See, even
media's
I-
bundled skilled and unskilled together.
together
Right.
intentionally. No, they're not
Sanjay
dumb.
and I
They
keep
do it
talking about
intentionally.
this every time podcast or personal conversations or whatever. It's like it's bundled together.
Correct.
Right?
Mhm.
So it's either one or the other. So it's
All right.
I don't think so,
Anil,
because see,
let's
even they are
let Anil go,
behind.
because we are running way behind,
Sure.
and I would ideally finish it by 10:30. So, Anil.
I would go with the skilled one.
Mhm. So you would prioritize skilled immigration rather
Right,
than keeping
right.
the system
Because-
as it is.
Yeah, skill is what I control myself. Rest, everything is just environmental or the things that were given to me, and I cannot change them. But skill is what I can at least try to make a change. in
Right.
myself.
Yeah. Very good answer.
Sanjay?
Other-
I mean, I think I know where you stand on this. But
Yeah, I mean it's so I think from a purely economic point of view, it's definitely going to be skilled immigration. Um, because the way things are, like, it's America's definition of the idea of capitalism. This country is like defined on capitalism. Any sort of inefficiencies in the market is going to get automated at some point in time. And
Right.
the fact is, um, whether we like it or not, unskilled immigration, like it's only going to go down over the years because you're going to have automation, robots, or whatever it is that's coming through. So from that perspective, skilled, but like from a humane thing, I don't know.
yeah,
There's no answer.
yeah.
Like I don't have an answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, again, there's an inherent bias because I'm a skilled immigrant, so and I'm stuck in the system. So obviously, I want to see it improve myself as well.
Right.
So let me put it out there.
Okay. Atal.
So, what is the definition of unskilled?
Not right now.
Anybody
It's
who
just
does
like
not.
unskilled is like right now could be a lot of immigration is unskilled. Like family-based immigration is like based on your family, right? Asylum
Yeah.
is based on uh, kind of like people who are in danger, but it's like misused right now as of immigration laws right now. So like let the system continue as it is. There are a lot of loopholes in current system versus like right now fixing the system and prioritizing skilled immigration versus unskilled immigration.
Okay, so unskilled includes family, and
Yeah.
unskilled includes.
Everything else besides
Asylum victims also, right? So it's like not we are like not like
Uh,
stopping,
let me
right?
let me clarify.
Hmm.
When I said unskilled, I was mainly talking about border control, people showing up. I was not talking about like
so did I. Yeah.
yeah. So I was not talking about like asylum or
Okay.
victims and stuff like that. Those were not included in my definition. I was like,
So the family was included, or
I didn't include family in unskilled. I mean, you could have the way I see family migration. I could have a cousin who's extremely
so
skilled.
basically, probably maybe then the by skilled you mean that right now, like let's say that EB3 people are getting priority based on
Even
the
when the
country of
media,
birth over EB1 of India. So
yeah,
like the
again, even
unskilled
when the
are get
media says unskilled immigrants they're essentially referring to the border. I was doing the same thing. So, so that's the definition, Atal, if that helps.
Yeah, that's the, I mean, yeah. So when we are talking about people at the border, we are only talking about people who genuinely are not asylum seekers. Genuine asylum seekers are not included in unskilled labor, right? Yeah. So then you will always prioritize skilled labor over unskilled labor. That's what I would do. Because then you are only talking, yeah, you're keeping family out, you're keeping victims out, you're taking care of asylum seekers. I'm pro asylum seekers. I just want people to have things to happen legally with the right people. Just like asylum seekers should seek asylum, a skilled person should not have to seek asylum to get into the country. Like this country cannot run where when we all of us who are skilled and came on merit seek asylum and lie to the system. And first we lie to the America, and then one day we're gonna lie into our own mind because we would be like, yeah, we are asylum seekers.
You are buying into your own story. Yeah.
And we are not empowered ourselves. Like system is not empowering us as human beings. So that's not what should happen. Like even there are so many good people who are coming through the border who are seeking asylum now. This is a lot of danger because they would never feel empowered in this country because they felt like as if they had to seek asylum even when they did not. So you just lied on the face of truth, the law, and then you will bear the consequences one day in your own thinking, in your own mind. There is just no way out of it.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, once you fall into
Extremely
the
deep.
trap of, sorry,
I was saying extremely deep. I'm still trying to recollect and understand his thought. He's actually very deep.
Right.
Yeah,
It is.
we do not understand. I think that's why I keep advocating that we have to process everyone legally in the right way. Because if you
that's my point.
process anyone legally in a wrong way, then it's not about legal justice that you offer through the constitution or the system here. What you are actually offering is them that, hey, you fake the system and you still were able to get here, but you are yourself not empowered. You will always feel fake inside yourself. Like you pick the system to win, but you have built your life on lies.
Right.
Like why you and I would not go and get asylum? Maybe there is a way for us to seek asylum. Think about it. Like we can say like, hey, I'm seeking asylum and I was prosecuted. Let's say some theory like, hey, I was getting prosecuted in India, and you would,
Right.
let's say, get a green card. Think about a time after 2 years later when you come through this process and you are here, you have a green card, and you always know that in the end I built my life on a lie in this country. And that has a lot of consequences in empowerment, in internal empowerment for a human being.
Right.
Right. And
Okay. Good
also,
I'm
question.
guessing
Okay,
none
let's
of you
go
guys
big
lied
one.
on your F1 visa interviews saying you'll go back after graduation.
I did that.
Hey.
I didn't lie. That was the intention to go back. So this, I'll tell you a quick story. So that was the question I asked.
Padma will skip it because we want
Okay.
to go through the question.
Okay,
With this,
fine.
like each question, it's like can become its own episode, which will bring because like yeah, this
No, I understand. Yeah,
question
it's
can
okay.
spark
You have a bunch of chatty people in the room, Anuj.
right.
There's a reason we are
We
immigration
still have three
advocates.
more questions, and I guess Sanjay already had to drop. So right
Yeah, he got a call. He
before
just
it,
texted me. He
yeah.
had something come up, so he'll try to
Uh,
make it back. He said.
Yeah, he has to keep his
okay.
H1B.
All right. So the next would you rather question is like let's say would you rather wait for an ideal scenario or take action now? So by ideal scenario means like whatever like let's say if you think that okay Democrats are good for high skill immigration or Republican are good for high skill immigration, and we're gonna not gonna talk about which one is better, but whatever based on you is that they are ideal and they occupy Senate, House, and presidency as well, so all branches, or like there is like nothing is going on, like there are no war going on, Congress has nothing to do it, nothing else to prioritize, yeah, like oh send us some bill please. So something like that, that should we wait? Would you rather wait for an ideal scenario, or even if it is like completely not ideal, take action now? So would you?
No, I think Anuj, everyone in this room, I think their actions kind of speak. Have answered the
Right.
question. I mean, I feel like everybody here has stepped up in
Right. So
in
yeah,
their
like right
their own
now
way.
it's like
So I
based
think,
on that, like that's why
yeah.
we in this room. But why, right? Why it's important? Because I know already your answers because you are already showing by your accents. But why would you do that? And why everyone else should do it?
I think it's just unjust, right? It's just an unjust system. It's just unfair, and I've always been on the viewpoint that if you see something that's not right, even if it's not happening to yourself or if it's to someone else, speak up about it, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
change begins with us. If we don't do it, we can't wait for some problem solver to come and fix all the problems. And that's something that I've very, very genuinely feel. And I've always tried to live by that. If I see something, if I can't, I should try to solve it myself, or at least make attempts to do it before waiting for someone to come in and save me, right? So
That's true.
that's my answer. Yeah.
Anil.
I'm still thinking, so if
Okay.
somebody else wants to go ahead.
What's the question? Like, why are you taking action now?
No, would you rather take action now, even if the ideal situation, right now, the situations are like, let's say, not ideal for the change at all? You know that, okay, this Congress, nothing is going to happen. So the scenario is not ideal, let's say, today. I'm not saying it is, but let's assume it's not ideal today. Would you still rather take action now or wait for the ideal moment?
Well,
Well,
ideal moment
sorry.
never. Ideal moment, in my opinion, never comes in life. You create the
That's
ideal
true.
moment through your hard work. You
Or
create.
try dying.
If you think about it, like in the last
Yeah,
6 months,
Padma.
like all of us are together here. All we have done is in the last 6 months kind of put a lot of effort.
Right.
So we actually created a momentum from scratch by ourselves. And now more and more people are speaking up about it. But you see, it's like not the ideal scenario this year, but or I mean, in a way, maybe not an ideal scenario, but because elections are there, it is an ideal scenario to talk about it and getting
Right. Yeah.
voice heard. But I think this ideal scenario will never happen. And I mean, if you will ask people who have been advocating from 2010 or something, they would say that, hey, I've done this enough. What you are doing, you're just repeating out. But that also should not be the reason to stop us, because this is empowering to us that, hey, I want to stand up because this is wrong. It doesn't matter whether you tried in the past and it didn't work out. I do not know
Right.
whether
Yeah.
it's going to work out even now. But my duty is to stand up for it because I believe this is wrong. And I mean, it does not matter where things go from here, but it is our duty to actually stand up because it empowers us. It tells us that, yes, we are standing up for truth.
Yeah. Well said. Any
Yeah.
other
So
thoughts?
if I was single, the ideal scenario would be right now get married with a US citizen. And if I'm married, then I would probably I don't have any other option than waiting for the ideal scenario then to get bachelor again.
No, what I guess
I mean, I was just trying to crack a joke, but I think nobody understood.
no, we did.
I
But
hope your wife
it's
is
not
not watching
about
this
like
live
the
stream.
personal ideal scenario. It's not for you, or like yeah, it could be
He
your
watches beer
personal.
biceps, not me. So I'm safe there.
I think no.
But I was discussing this with another guy. He was very eager to know what are the other options to get ahead in the queue, and he knew that remarrying is another option. But he said that my wife will not agree to it. I said I share the pain. My wife also didn't agree
He
to
must be a
it.
good husband.
But
Okay,
yeah, I
but
mean,
now,
so my answer is sometimes waiting for ideal scenario might be fruitful, but not all the time.
so would you rather like let's say that this is your scenario, whether right now you are married, but also in terms of like government wise, whatever you call it, it's good or bad. Uh, would you rather take action now or wait for the ideal moment?
I'll take action now. The life is small. If
Right.
you ask me, I've already lived two-thirds of my life. If we go
Mhm.
by the Indian standards of life
Right.
expectancy, so just one-third is left. How much more should I wait? I mean,
Yeah.
waiting is not a good game.
Right.
I think in those terms,
Mhm.
that two-thirds is over, so only one-third is left.
Oh, well said.
So I should
Okay.
I should probably just make use of it as much as I can, rather than take the stress of the system and something which I don't have any control about.
Okay.
Right.
Padma?
So I should probably find all the possible options that are available to me. I'll probably
Yeah.
try to take
All
an
the
action
action,
there.
all the way you can
Right.
take it.
Whatever. If there is nothing available and the only option left is to leave and move out to another country, I will do that.
Mm-hmm. Padma.
I would take the action right now as well. And one more thing I would like to say is like politicians don't do anything from the goodness of their heart. They only do it out of
Right. Yeah.
compulsion. That's
Uh-huh.
either the Democrats or the Republicans. Everybody must be compelled. Even India or any politician, like not just America, any politician will not ever do anything from the goodness of their heart. They have to
Mhm.
be compelled by money or through votes or whatever. They should some you should hit their priority basically.
Mhm.
So I think we have to do it now, and I strongly believe that I'm still struggling to understand why nobody ever talks about it. Like
I know.
everybody is going through. Every time I meet my friends, we always talk about this. Every time wherever I go to Indians, I'm sure they talk about green card, H1B, or like some immigration issue. It comes out every week when they talk to their friends, but still nobody comes out and talks on Twitter. I mean, I think Twitter is the easy. Like you have to just do it while you shit.
I know.
Like you don't even have to like go out and like shout on the streets, right? You
Yeah,
just have
there
to
are
sit
like
in your
many
Yeah, but
different
bathroom and
ways you
if
can take
that's where
action.
we need our Indian citizens who've gotten their green cards, right, to make that statement.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys saw in Dearborn, Michigan. Anuj, I'll just take a minute, okay? I'll wrap
Mhm.
it very fast. Because of the Palestinian issue that's going on, right? A lot of the Arab American voters they
Right.
pledged uncommitted when
Mhm.
they had to actually vote, right? Just to make a statement. and that did make a statement, and everyone took attention of it. We need that kind of banding together. We
Right.
need that kind of call to action for people to
Yeah,
wake
so
up and
as Rahul, you are saying
Uh,
this right
I,
now,
I
the election, it's like on the swing state, it's like gonna be dependent on very few swing state and voters in like this Michigan and all the states,
yeah.
especially you are the issue you are talking, they are like forcing the government to bring the solution for their issue,
Yeah.
which we could do as well. And right now, like a lot of us are
but
talking about, oh, its situation is not ideal or not. But in every situation, you have to like figure it out, and we can that if we unite.
Yeah,
Someone
no,
was
Sanjay,
talking.
you
I
wanted to say
I
something?
I had floated this idea in my WhatsApp groups that if we show to the government somehow that we will pledge our vote to Democrats, it was I think I did it in last election that these these are the hard numbers that will pledge their votes for Democrats, even though we can't vote right now.
Yeah,
If you do something for us,
that's a
just to
brilliant
show
idea. I
them,
mean,
yeah,
it's the way forward. I feel like there's no other
right,
way they'll actually wake up and look at a problem, say, hey, we have to
exactly,
fix this, unless you show them
exactly,
something that actually values to them. And I feel like the Arab Americans have showed us the way in Michigan.
Right, yeah.
right. But at that
That-
time, nobody agreed to it. So I thought maybe Indians are not, collective. The
Yeah,
main
yeah.
problem that people cited was that you will be identified by your name, and then you might see a backlash from the government for your visa renewals and other stuff. So that kind of fear always,
No, but if they're citizens,
bothers
they've
an Indian.
crossed that bridge, right? They don't have to worry about.
No, not the citizens. I was talking about the
Oh, okay, okay.
people on the H-1B. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we have the difference is we have
That
too
was
much
the
to
main
lose.
reason, but a lot of us are doing, and that was one of the main reason of my doing like 50 state protests in open, is that just wanted to inspire people that way as well, that you
yeah,
can do a lot
yeah.
of these things. This is like we have a
Yep,
freedom of speech,
yeah.
and you're not
And
gonna.
Sachin made a very good
Please.
point. It's a potential vote bank for the future. We've got what, 1 point, how many
Right,
million people in the backlog? That's how
right,
many votes you
right,
get. You
Right,
fix
right.
this, we'll pledge our allegiance for life.
Exactly. At least for the next 20 years, we pledge something like that. I mean,
right.
some number so that they get an idea that these are the future voters,
Yep.
Right.
right?
Right.
So just
But
to give my answer is that I would like rather take action now as I'm doing, because like you cannot wait for the ideal moment. As Atal said, it might never arrive. But like let's say right now the cricket World Cup is going on, and if you take like USA or any other team which is like underdog, if they wait that okay, we not gonna win in this World Cup, so we're not gonna practice or do anything and just wait for until we become like completely sure that we're gonna win World Cup, then you are like that moment will never arrive because you will be never ready. But you have to put efforts in a way that you're gonna win, and you have to figure it out the way to win and take action now. Because if you think about it, the situation you might not think ideal right now, but it could be worse in 1 year, and then you would think that oh, we should have done it when it was like much better in 2024. So it could be like we could be living in, I don't know, I hope not, but we could be living in the best time to solve this issue. Who knows, right? So we
Yeah.
don't know the future.
I mean,
So
I think
that's
things
what
are gonna get better. I think just like
I'm
we,
hopeful too, but you never know,
yeah,
that I think if someone has to bet, I think that things are going to get
Prepare for the worst, hope for the
better.
best, right? Let's
Right.
let's.
Yep.
If
Well
yeah.
magic
said.
I mean,
happens, we'll take it. If not, we'll be ready.
We'll be
All
here.
right. I had
Always.
more question, but I'm going to ask this one last, and we can do the round two some other time.
Hey, I
So,
I have to drop, Anuj. Sorry.
right. Yeah, that's why I was rushing so people don't drop, Padma. But anyways, yeah.
It's
Thanks
almost.
for
Yeah,
joining, and
thanks. We should do this more often. Yeah.
right, we should. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Padma.
All
See you,
right,
man.
one last question. That if you have to start it over, this is kind of like uh, uh, just to give you an example, that if you can start it over, USA versus Canada, and actually it's not USA versus Canada. Like let's say, would you rather pick something which is wrong or bad? And sometimes when you pick wrong, maybe it's better, but then you are supporting the wrong thing. But when you pick the bad, it's bad, but it could be improved. And to it sounds confusing, but like let's say that uh, the immigration is wrong in America right now, prioritizing based on the country of birth and people who come here. It's wrong, uh, versus Canada, that it's not wrong, but it could be bad. That okay, some people say that okay, the salaries are not that good in Canada,
Yeah, so I
or
feel
the
like it's
housing market. So the question is that
yeah.
uh, uh, even though it's like bad, but if you have skills, it's still good for you, that you will have the freedom to do a lot of more
So
things,
it's
right?
I think it boils down to a bad immigration system or a tough economy, right? So which one
Not tough economy, but
would you
it's like
rather pick? Which one would you pick?
either you
Yeah.
support what is wrong, even though because you have some advantage, you know that okay, I'm good at like probably uh, AI, and AI is happening in America, so I will go to America, even though their immigration system is so wrong. I'll take the wrong. So you are kind
Hundred
of like
percent, 100%, Anuj. I mean, I don't. I mean, the immigration system is bad, but I happen to have that one profession where I'll get it as soon as I arrive. They'll roll a carpet and welcome me in.
but if you
I will
like
still come.
have to pick it again, then you still come to United
Yeah,
States.
if that profession is still valid and they're still rolling a carpet for me, I'll still do it again. I mean, I couldn't again. A problem becomes a problem only when you face a problem, right? I mean,
Right,
if
yeah.
I don't have it, it would
Right.
not be on my radar. I would probably start a podcast and talk about movie reviews or something because I'd have no
Okay.
other problems. You know what I mean? So it's yeah. Would I pick between a bad immigration system and a tough economy in Canada? That's a choice that I'm personally going through right now.
Mhm.
It's been so I don't know the answer to that just yet. But I somewhere at the back of my head, I think I would prefer immigration freedom over.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
in an
Freedom.
economy is tough
So
also.
yeah,
I think
we just talked about we valued like freedom more
yeah,
than
I
20
would
million some people.
even if it's a tough economy, I think I'd be able to make it if I
Mhm.
know at the back of my head that I have the stability or the security of an immigration freedom. Would be
Mhm.
my
How
answer.
about you, Anil?
Yeah.
Bharata.
So I agree with Rahul. I would probably go with the tough economy than the bad immigration system, because economy can be handled and it will have a
Exactly.
cycle, the market cycle to improve itself. It's not going to remain the same. But immigration system is probably, like even if you talk about Canada, they change their immigration policies almost every quarter
Yeah.
based on
Right.
the market forces.
Yeah.
But here in
And
America, they
US
have
is
not
like
changed it for
well.
last 35 years. I mean, it's completely absurd to even think about it, right? We are in AI age, and the rules are pre-internet era. So it's
Mhm.
it's just crazy. And there is no comparison as such, I would say.
Uh-huh. How about you, Atal?
Yeah, I think when you say wrong, I think what you mean is knowing that something is wrong
Right.
and not doing it.
Like with the knowledge we have today, if you have to start it again.
Yeah, with the knowledge we have today, I think I would just know that okay, I gotta stay on H1B for 3 years, at max 6 years, because that's where I have a limit where it should not be extended. It's a temporary visa. Temporary is nice. Beyond 5 years, no, that's where it gets wrong. I think I don't find 3 years of H1B temporary wrong. What wrong starts happening when a human
After
being keeps staying on the same temporary visa in the hand of someone else for longer
when
than 3 years.
temporary becomes permanent state.
Yeah. That's where it becomes actually wrong. It's not wrong until that point. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe I still like the Canada model where immigrant has everything in their right, everything is in their hand. But still, I would still go for something which is okay to have H1B, but I would not want to have that extensions going on and having someone living temporary life in here.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, thanks. Uh, yeah, so uh, Rahul is back. So yeah, same for me. I think that if I had to start over, I would pick the freedom over something which is wrong, right? So like a lot of people can handle the economy, right? That a lot of people are already doing amazing things in Canada or India, uh, as long as they have freedom to do so, right? So even though like people say that okay, it could be like hard to find jobs in some countries, but you have the freedom to do other things, and those things can be handled. But right now it's for a lot of people who are stuck in the green card backlog, and especially as Anil said, if they are already married, they don't have any other options. Only options they have to get out of it right now is that save the $1 million. Other than there is no way out of it. So how to get out of that? So like other things can be handled, like what bad could be handled by gaining more skills. But right now you can get approved for EB1, but still you will not get the green card if you are born in India. So that cannot be something handled. So, and even like I wouldn't support that kind of system by coming here if I have to start over. Yeah, so that was my answer. This was fun, and it's like I didn't expect any one answer to go that long, but it's like this was good that we know that even like one question can bring on a lot of good discussion, or like bring up. Gives us opportunity to tell good stories we already have our experience, right? So this was good. Thanks everyone for joining and staying up. This was like already late for people us in the East Coast, and right now I think Anil and Atal both are in Chicago, right? So for you it's late as well. But yeah, thanks for joining, and everyone who watched online as well. This was a lot of fun. If you can think about like more would you rather questions related to our issue, let us know. We will do like round two because this was fun.
I think we
Anything
can.
to add, Anil, Atal, Rahul? Feel free.
I think we can make it a regular thing where we can come and talk, maybe in a more funny way.
Okay, yeah, we will. Yeah, this is I'm doing it weekly and we'll host more. Yeah, so this is good. That I was like, okay, 5 questions. We might be done in half an hour, and I was like, okay, well, if we get done, we'll make up some more questions. But this was good. We got the good idea now.
Yeah, this was
Atal,
great.
Rahul, anything to say?
No, thanks
Just-
for having us, Anush. This was good, and I genuinely believe talking about immigration in a more palatable way like this, where we have a good laugh, we actually put
Right.
sneak in some information, some call to actions, which were all very nicely, very subtly put in this whole thing.
Yeah.
I think things like this really go a long way, and no, I think the goal is what everyone's trying to do is increase awareness, inspire more people to take a stand, and thanks for having us. It was good.
Yeah, yeah,
We
thanks
can
for
get on
joining.
the lines of roasting immigration.
Oh, yeah, that's another good idea.
Yeah,
That
actually,
will
yeah.
increase engagement because people like
Oh, that's
those kind of
really
things.
good, Anil. Like the Tom Brady host will do the US immigration system.
Yeah, that might
Atal
catch
roast.
Oh,
a lot
damn.
more eyes.
That's really good. Ah, I love that
Okay,
idea.
I think Rahul is on it.
Yeah, I love it. I will, you know what? The same people will do this. We'll make this happen.
Okay. Atal,
Brilliant.
anything to add or?
It's great.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, use this question to spark the conversation among.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
we all trying to do to increase the awareness and generalize this conversation. So please do it. And yeah, join us again soon. And all the guests I have left their Twitter link in the description. So please go follow them. They are doing amazing things. Check
Yeah.
that out and support that. We need to increase this. Whatever we are doing, we need to increase this to get the solution faster. So please do that. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.